we do have somebody who was supposed to battle tonight before Foreman was ducking him. Ness Lee, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What the business is, man?
What up?
How do you feel?
What up, man?
How do you feel about Eric Foreman just outright not showing up?
Dog, first off, shout out to everybody that battled, man. This is my first time peeping the show, man, and everybody kind of went crazy tonight and shit. I wasn't expecting it, so I'm kind of glad Eric Foreman jumped out the window when I showed up, because I'm gonna put in some even crazier content when we do battle and shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, shout out to Eric though, man. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely get it in. My shit been wrote for like 6 months. 6 months, Eric. But no, it's all good. It's all good. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? What's popping though?
Not a thing. I mean, you heard it. We just had some crazy battles. I was gonna talk you into taking a freestyle battle, but you said all your stuff was tailor made for Eric, and I understand that. I didn't want you to battle somebody else and then not show up with some good shit, especially after we just heard.
Tailor made, Eric. 40 bars of ass whooping. 40 bars of pure ass whippage. You heard? Nah, real talk. Everybody just really went crazy, man. I can't even front, man. Like, I felt like I was at an actual event and shit, aside of the loud crowd and some of Madness niggas booing and shit. Like, this shit was dope, man. I fuck with it.
This was our biggest card for sure, man, even with, 2 battles dropping out, But man, everybody brought it, man. I'm really glad that, everybody else came with their A game. That was really dope. That was definitely the best event I've listened to on the show.
Yeah, man. I was really impressed with So Official in Memphis, man. SB Official in Memphis, and yeah, she was dope, man. Yeah, I definitely fucked with it. And Golden Flames in 18th. What's 18th's other name?
He's so big on R&B.
Oh shit, yo, he don't even like me. Fuck that shit though. He dope. What's up, man?
I think he just got
that
banned.
Don't like me. You nice as hell, man. What up?
I said I think he just got banned again. So maybe that's why he got banned for not liking you.
Anybody that don't like Ness Lee deserve to get banned, Joe. But I never take it away. I never take talent away from somebody. That nigga nice as hell, man. I fucks with him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, he killed it.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're disappointed the Foreman battle fell through. You've been calling him out for a while, and he's been running, and we finally got him agree to it, and then of course he backs out an hour and a half into it. I think he was scared of your 8 Mile voice on Twitter.
Yeah, man, it was definitely about to go down. I was about to murder this man. You know what I'm saying? It was I feel like at this point, my nigga Eric is like motherfucking Vin Diesel on Fast and the Furious and shit, yo. Like I can you know what I mean? And I'm the Rock and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, eventually we're gonna have the big fight scene at the end and shit. But I'm gonna have to chase them to Brazil or Spain, whatever the fuck they was at. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's this about the Remy D battle being your last on-camera battle?
It was actually fingers, and at the end of the day, man, I'm a really good rapper, really good battle rapper, and what I get out of it hasn't been what I put into it. So, at the time, it was a bunch of bullshit going on, and, I wasn't really seeing eye to eye with a lot of leagues, and a lot of leagues wasn't seeing eye to eye with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep in mind, I was supposed to be on every single league imaginable at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've chopped it up with all of them. Every league has hit me up at some point in time to have me rock with them. So when shit keeps falling through, you lose out on money, you lose out on time because you wrote. You know what I'm saying? And those are the 2 biggest things you can't get back on Earth. You can't get back money, and you definitely can't get back time. You can get back money eventually, but you definitely cannot get back time. When you put your time and your effort into all this shit, you know what I'm saying, and it doesn't really pan out, you kind of you feel some kind of way about it and shit, man. So, I've been signed with Nino Bless for about a year and a half. We really making some decent power moves lately. So I was looking at it like, all right, well, if I'm looking at my ceiling in battle rap, and my ceiling in music finally opens up, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens that Africa hit me up to battle. Gen I, over there at the Scrambles League and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not fucking turning down Africa, so y'all definitely gonna see me on camera, at least one more time. I'm battling this kid named Toomey out there. He's real dope. He's a real good artist, man. He's actually a good musical artist, like a mainstream dude over there. So I'm going over there in April, and yeah, man. Who knows who? I don't take back anything that I said before about wanting to quit or actually quitting. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt it. I meant it at the time. But at the end of the day, y'all gonna see me on camera murdering some other niggas. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you just said you got a battle with Toomey. Did you say on Scrambles for Money?
Yeah.
Hell, dude, Toomey's dope.
Yeah, Toomey's really dope, man. Toomey's really dope. But I finally get to use some fat and African jokes in the same battle. So why the fuck would I not take that?
I'm glad to hear you're not quitting and you're still going to be battling, man. Because man, I was actually rewatching some of the old joints you did, like the Ilmac fucking. I just rewatched the Remedy battle. Man, I think it sucks, man, because I think the Remedy battle is really sick. Except for Remedy's flip-ups.
It is what it is, man. I've kind of come to the understanding that, to the realization that I'm only as good as who I'm battling, man. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not really being pushed, then I'm not really gonna, have a great performance like that, man. And I thought my bars for Remy was crazy, but apparently, that definitely wasn't my better performances. I could have done much better, and so if I do come back, full scale, it would have to be against somebody that's really gonna push me, man. Like, last time I really been pushed was in like the last couple rounds versus Fingers. People wouldn't believe that, but but before that, it's been since 2010, Dirtbag Dan and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's really just made me do what I'm like a fucking my opponents are usually like a fucking amplifier, and I'm a speaker system that can handle whatever wattage. And if you push me, I'm going to max out. If you don't, you're going to get a decent sound, but nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? I'll never say that I'm quitting again. I'm not going to say I am going to continue battling. I'm not going to say that I'm quitting. So, I'll just leave it open. We'll see what happens in the future. You know what I'm saying? But I need to battle a killer if I get back in that. I need somebody like Swave or you know what I'm saying? I need somebody that's really gonna push me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say if you said the last battle you did was against Fingers, but of course the last battle released was against Remy. If it's flipped and the last battle released is Fingers, is your outlook a little bit different? Because you just said it. The Remy battle, he didn't really come with his best stuff. He choked a little bit, and you said you weren't really feeling your performance. But the Fingers battle, I really like that battle. So if that's flipped and that's the last battle released, are we having a different discussion right now?
Nah. At the end of the day, man, I was, although I did feel that way, I was a little irrational and jumping the gun and saying I am quitting battle rap. You know what I'm saying? It was just a bunch of bullshit at the time, a bunch of things that fell through, a bunch of money fell through, a bunch of opportunities, a bunch of writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really put the shit out there like that, but I've had probably like 5-6 battles that I wrote for last year, all canceled. You know what I'm saying? So like when I put all that, I'm not the fastest writer. I'm not Fresco. I'm not the source. You know what I'm saying? It takes me, to really write, to really get in and do what I need to do, man. I need to have at least one throwaway verse. You know what I mean? Like, I got to warm up and shit. And, you know, that probably takes 1 to 2 days. And by the time I get into my real 3 verses, you know, I probably spent a week writing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 2 weeks, man. Sometimes I get lucky. Like, with Fingers, I wrote in one night. But, you know, sometimes when you put all that much effort into writing, and it's just as much effort into memorizing, because my memory is fucking horrible, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, nothing comes from it. You're going to feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Like, if this was boxing, like, you know, it's rapping, you know what I'm saying? So you know, when shit doesn't come to fruition, I can just go, you know, lay down a track or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get this shit up out of me. This is boxing. I got to go outside and punch a motherfucker in the nose or something, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm training. I don't get to hit nobody. I'm going to go outside and hit the mailman and shit, you know?
Makes sense. Go ahead, PJ.
Hit the mailman. Oh shit. So when you when you said every league hit you up, did you have anything set up with like URL? Or was it like back in the days of the PGs or anything like that?
Not even PG, man. Me and Remy D was supposed to go down on the same card that B Magic and Real Deal did. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like everybody in my circle knows that you know, since Dirtbag, I kind of been holding back and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know I got a softer delivery, but I want people to really pay attention to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I don't look like a Loaded Lux. I don't look like a Remy D, but I'm a lyrical dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate even saying the word lyrical. I'm so lyrical that I hate that fucking word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, when I'm putting the effort into writing, I don't want you to look at the you know, the attire and think I'm just one of these other regular dudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take the theatrics and the performance and all that shit. I'll dial that down just so you can only focus on one thing. So if you really know me and you know we've been talking for a minute, then you'll know that I've been saving all the rest of that shit for the big performance. I never really had that chance, so you know. I mean, shit, this is what I do on a daily basis, man. I perform, you know, at least once a week somewhere in real life, you know what I'm saying? Music, I'm a performer, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been kind of saving that. So, you know, when you surprise people, it makes a bigger impact. When you're doing the same thing all the time, you know, whether it's great or not, people get desensitized to it and shit. So you can't get desensitized to good writing. You can't get desensitized to, you know, theatrics and performance and shit. So, you know, I was just waiting the back end. Yeah, I did get called for Smack. Me and Remy D was supposed to go down on the same card as Real Deal or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And that's where I was going to be. That's where it was going to be. Where I planned on unleashing Ness Lee 2.0 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to be all the way real. You know what I'm saying? You know, it didn't happen for whatever reason. And then it was supposed to happen again. That was supposed to happen, what was that, 2012? And it was supposed to happen again on a PG. Mickey Fax had hit me up. And not PG, on a one-off. Me and Remy were supposed to go down on the one-off. And that never panned out. So, you know, things just getting, you know, thrown by the wayside. It throws off my, you know, my music, which is what I'm primarily here for. But I got the soul of a battler, so, you know, I'm going to be drawn to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a fucking, I'm like a fly, and I'm like a firefly, and it's a big-ass light in the middle of the room, which is battling, and I can't stay away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Try to deny it is asinine. Try to deny it is asinine. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Definitely had some shit on my.
Speaking of Flies Right Fast, King Fly wants credit for setting up the Scrambles for Money battle.
Oh, yeah, King Fly, man. Steve Wilco set that shit up all day. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We got to get it in. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, if it wasn't for him, it definitely would not be going down, man. I'm going out there with me and Dead Man about to be out there, bitch, looking like natives and shit. You know what I'm saying? And,
who's Dead Man battle?
He's going. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure at all, man. But we definitely gonna be out there looking like two black ass natives and shit, and it's going down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to King Fly, man, one of the realest dudes in this shit.
There you go, King Fly. I got you. I stood up for you. I saw your tweet. Get the Gas Down pay-per-view this weekend, everybody, for King of the Dot.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
True.
We gotta show them some love. They some bills for us. So, so
Indeed,
you haven't.
Indeed.
You said you've been holding back since the Dirtbag Den battle. I mean, you've battled a lot of big names since then. Like Lopesci and O'Shea and Real Deal, and Thesaurus and Shoddy and everybody. So you were basically holding back on those guys, and that's kind of surprising to hear, because I thought all those battles were really good, and the fact that you said you weren't coming 100%, again, it's kind of surprising to me.
Well, I mean, as much as I don't like Lopesci, he is a good rapper. Fuck Lopesci, but he's a great battler. You know what I'm saying? Great delivery. And like I said, man, I'm only as good as my opponent. So, he came out swinging. You know what I'm saying? So how could I come out not swinging when he went crazy on me? You know what I'm saying? So I got to go crazy on somebody like that, as well as Thesaurus, man. You know what I mean? Like that's some, that happens naturally when you're in the ring with a killer and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, like, if it's somebody that's not really going to push me, it's not going to, But what I meant by holding back, I meant, like, and I'm consciously doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't consciously hold back when somebody is in there trying to kill you and shit. You know what I'm saying? You just naturally swing. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
I credit you and Thesaurus, and I guess I Battle, because they're the ones who set it up for I Battle. They were kind of a smaller league, and then they were like, let's reach out to Thesaurus, let's reach out to Ness, two guys who are pretty well known, get them a battle, and then I credit you and Thesaurus for actually really putting I Battle on the map with that battle.
I don't disagree. We were the first. We were the first battle on that channel with over 100,000 views, man. And this is they probably only had. By the time they shot the battle, by the time me and Thesaurus were actually in the ring battling, that channel probably only had 200 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And I think they said something like they won't put the battle out until they had 500 subscribers or something like that. And, we went to work and we promoted until they got that up. But by the time they put the battle out, man, subscribers went through the roof. I'm not going to say like we was on some A-hat smack type shit, but, we definitely had a huge hand in putting that specific channel on the map, man. Then right after that was Daylight and Latizé. I think that might be what blew it all the way open.
Yeah. Daylight Latizé was crazy. Yeah, I just rewatched you with Thesaurus, man. That battle was good as fuck.
Yeah, man. That's one of my favorite performances of mine. It was just a good vibe, man. Like a lot of the times, man. A lot of niggas want to be angry when they battle. They want to get mad. They want to act like niggas is ready to shoot and scrap and all that shit. But me personally, I have the best time when I'm having fun. If I want to fight, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't artificially make myself angry and shit. If I'm angry, I actually want to fight you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the Philly Swain battle. Like niggas don't know, me and him had static that battle. That's why I was fucking up, because I really wanted to fight that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But, if I'm having fun, I'm going to do great. I'm going to do very well, and it definitely showed in the Thesaurus battle, man. He's one of the greatest of all time. I don't even have to say that, but, at the end of the day, I do have to say that because he is one of the greatest of all time, and it was an honor to battle him. So, it was just an all-around great vibe, man. The crowd was dope. They were listening to everything we said, and no lies was really slept on. Just one of those classic vibes, man. It's easy to put on a good show and the people are receptive to it. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. You thinking of doing anything else with iBattle?
I'm not sure, man. Me and Bonnie were supposed to go down on that last year. That's one of them that got canceled, man. I felt some kind of way about that.
Wait, you and who?
Me and Bonnie Godiva.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're supposed to go down the same event Been There and Dirt did. That's fam at the end of the day. That's fam. You know what I mean? I love them dudes, man. I knew them, you know, before the league started up and shit. But you know, I'm not sure. I mean, I never close any doors. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Yeah, I like iBattle, man. I mean, I think they've done a pretty good job trying to put together some stuff that people wanted to see that otherwise wouldn't have gone down.
Yeah, they put down great battles, man. Every time Daylight goes there, it's a great battle, man. I love every time he battles there. Like his shit versus his shit with City Times, man. That shit was dope. A lot of people let the outside tension, you know, sway, take their attention away from the actual bars and what was being said. But I thought that was a dope battle. I also thought Lotta Zay versus Bricks was dope. Niggas let the tension take their attention away from the bars in that battle as well. But nah, I battle puts on great events, man. Real talk, man. And this goes for all leagues, man. If you're not iBattle, don't book more than 8 battles in a day. These motherfuckers, I think they did like 21 battles the night me and Thesaurus battled. 21 battles, dog, in one day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas can't get 5 out.
That's crazy here. 21 battles in one day, and you know, it seemed to go off without a hitch. I know they had the problem with the Dirt and the Bender battle, but it seemed like that was out of their control. But yeah, you hear about like URL, and they can't even do like 4 battles without it taking 7 hours.
Right. I never got the need for the big space in between battles. Like, if you want a receptive crowd, you want a attentive and a responsive crowd, keep the shit going, man. You know what I'm saying? If you have shit in between, that's just gonna that leaves room for people's attention to go elsewhere, for people to get bored, shit starts dragging. You know what I mean? Like, what is there to pay attention to when it's 45 minutes in between the fucking battle? You know what I'm saying? I literally remember the longest break in between battles at iBattle was like probably 8 minutes. And that's because it was a fucking cop accident outside. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to iBattle for that, man.
We hope I'm not a huge fan of guy versus girl battles, so I don't know how receptive I'd be to you against Bonnie. Did you see her battle against Uno Lavos?
Nah, I don't watch the bootleg. The only bootleg I've watched in ever was the high stakes shit. But nah, I didn't watch that, man. No diss to Uno. That's my brother at the end of the day, man. But I think me and Bonnie would be a better battle. You know what I'm saying? That was another one that I was reserving, you know, the full performance for. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, like, nah, try to take my fucking head off, man. Like, oh, no light shit. I want a classic. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Oh, it's I guess it's good that you're willing to battle a female. It's good that you're willing to battle a female, because I think a lot of guys have a problem.
I think it would have.
Go ahead. Oh,
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think a lot of guys have a problem with it because they don't want to get killed by a female.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't get killed, so no. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is, man. Bonnie's dope as hell, man. I love her bars, man. She would undoubtedly have been the sexiest and most attractive person to get bodied by Ness Lee. You know what I mean?
Oh, O'Shea'd be disappointed to hear that.
O'Shea, you said? Oh yeah. O'Shea, you very attractive dude.
I just threw somebody off the top.
That's my man, yo. That's my man, yo. Hey, real talk, man. Shouts to O'Shea, man. That Philly Swain and Pedro versus Dirtbag and O'Shea is probably the funniest battle I ever seen, dog. That third round, O'Shea was just, I promise you, I watched that third round probably 12 times in a row, man. That shit is hilarious, man.
I like O'Shea.
Yeah,
He's
man.
probably one of my favorite dudes from over there.
Yeah, man. He's an all-around good guy, man. When I was over there, right after the battle, man, me, him, Sharon, a couple other folks, man, just rode around on the buses all day and drinking and shit. Yo, that was pretty entertaining.
I can imagine.
I would imagine drinking was really fun.
Yeah, man, that shit was funny as hell. She was actually dope.
We had Shotty Horror on a couple of weeks ago, right before the Blackout event, and I've obviously seen the Shotty battle, and one thing that was huge in that battle was you had the choke, and they still gave you the win, but you admitted afterwards, you choke, you lose, and Shotty was talking about how he gained a lot of respect for you after that, and I think a lot of battle fans did, and so. You're of that mindset that if you just choke, even if it's minor, you still lose, or what's your mindset about that with judging?
Man, I had one. That was one of the most uncomfortable moments in my entire life. If I had to keep it all the way buck with you, that was a very uncomfortable moment because folks that know me know that Drake is one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? And like I listen to him a lot. Shotty is one of my favorite people in general. He's also one of my it's funny because Shotty inspires me, but I also inspire him. Like I looked at an old message, like I was when we got set up to battle, it was already around the time he had already been killing shit in the game. So, as soon as Organic gave the okay, I searched his name in my messages and I was about to send him a message like, yo, you go in, man. You're really crazy, man, and let's make this battle happen. And when I searched that, I saw that I missed a message from him from like 3-4 years ago, and he was like, "Yo, Ness Lee, man, you and your brother Point Game, man, y'all inspire me. Y'all are one of my biggest inspirers and inspirations and shit, man. Keep doing what you do." This is before, and that message was like before he got on the battle scene. So it's like the mutual respect is kind of crazy in that sense, man. It's a little surreal. So shouts out to Shotty, man, but that particular moment, man, it was difficult, man, because I figured we were gonna come out there and have a crazy battle. I feel like Shotty had an off night himself, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to have an Arsenal and Shotty battle, you know what I'm saying? But two people with even more similar styles and shit. But he had a kind of an off night, in my opinion, and that was one of the battles that I had practiced the most for. I have no idea why I choked right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm if I had to put a time on it, I'd probably put 2 weeks in the memorizer for that battle. I usually do like a week and a half a week. You know what I'm saying? Well, with the more recent battle. So I have no idea why I choked. I think it may have been the shock from Toronto not fucking with me at all after them loving me when I went out there against F.L.O. So if I had to give any advice to any battlers, man, do not put any stake in what the crowd does unless they're loving you. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, one, I felt terrible after it. Two, I counted that shit, I looked at that shit on camera. It was like a 23-second choke, you know what I'm saying? The shit was kind of, it's kind of disgraceful as a battler. It's kind of embarrassing to be sitting there trying to get your shit and everybody's staring at you. Every eye in the building is on you. You know what I mean? It's hundreds of thousands of eyes on you on YouTube. You cannot choke that long and take the W, man. Like, do I feel like my material was better? Yeah, man, I wrote some crazy shit for that battle, dog. Like, I wrote some real crazy shit for that battle. But as far as, like, taking that W home, I can't say that. A lot of people still say I won. It's even funny because I'm not the most popular dude anymore, man. Somehow, people don't really like me that much anymore. Online, on the forums anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got fans. I got a lot of fans and supporters elsewhere, but on the forums, I'm not the most popular dude to like. It's kind of cool to dislike me. So the fact that I won a couple polls on the forums, even with that, against me and with the choke, it was kind of, it kind of tells me where I'm at, but Nah, you can't choke like that and win. I don't think Loaded Lux won versus Calico. He definitely won the war. He didn't win the battle, man. Just because you can't choke you can't choke like that and win, man. You know what I'm saying? In any competition that you're in, if you forget what the fuck you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like while you're doing it, you can't win. You just can't take that home, not as a man, nah.
You mentioned the crowd for that one, not fucking with you like they did in the Pesci battle. A lot of people have mentioned that crowd because, as you said, Drake was there, and it sounded like he had a pretty big influence. The Disaster Arcane battle definitely, where it might have been just a lot of Drake fans and not a lot of battle fans there, and so that kind of threw some of the battlers off.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that had a lot to do with it, but to really explain, to really set the tone, to really explain the tone of the evening, I remember being in there, and when I first got in there, I'm walking around, and folks was walking up to me like, "Yo, Ness, man, let me get a picture with you. Yo, Ness, man, sign my shoe. Yo, Ness, man, like sign, you know what I mean? Like I'm signing autographs and shit. I'm definitely not the biggest artist in there by far. But, like, motherfuckers know me. Niggas know me in there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around thinking like, oh, man, it's even worse. I'm about to even get better reception than last time. You know what I'm saying? And so after every battle or in between every battle, they would put up like a trailer on the Jumbotron. And they had like, Jumbotrons not Jumbotrons, but they had like little banners all up around the room that would screen everybody's name and shit. You know what I'm saying? So then they'd be like, Uno Lavos, and the crowd would be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, Tycoon Tax, the crowd would be like, oh. So then there was like Shotty Hard, the crowd was like, oh. It was like Ness Lee, it was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, maybe they would just didn't hear me because maybe they didn't hear my name because they had just said Shotty's name. You know what I mean? Because it's a direct contradiction to what's been going on in the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got groupies in there and shit. Why would they not say anything for my name? You know what I'm saying? So then at the beginning of the battle, I hadn't told anybody I had been signed. I hadn't let that out at that point. You know what I'm saying? I figured, I got the most reception I had ever got in battling in Toronto, so I figured I'd share that moment with them. So I'm like, yeah, Ness Lee, I am the South, blah, 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 blah. And it's official. I'm signed. Crickets, nigga. Crickets. Yo, dog. You know how that feel? Like, that shit felt crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to have to win them over then. You know what I'm saying? I go into gladiator mode. Like, yeah, I'm going to have to fucking stab somebody in front of these niggas and throw the sword at the king and shit. So then, directly after, they don't even say Shotty's name. You can watch this right now. Everybody that's listening, watch this right now at the beginning of the battle. This nigga throws up his arms and does the Hulkamania flex, and everybody goes crazy. Niggas damn near pick him up on their shoulder and carry him out the building. So, I let that shit get in my brain, and I let it fuck with me when I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever since then, I've just been doing what I'm supposed to do, without placing any stake in what the crowd has to say. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, I hadn't been prepared for that because I'm used to getting love everywhere I go, especially Toronto. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't think it was just Drake, man. I think at that point, battling had got to the point, and battlers' names had got to the point where, their energy precedes them. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm definitely not one of the bigger battlers, but I just figured I would have got that same kind of love, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe I just, I don't know. Maybe I'm one crazy performance away from having that. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man?
I was just about to say that. I was like, it takes one fucking battle, dude. That's how. It's always what you've done for me lately. Like, always. It's always how it is.
We got about 5 minutes left. I definitely want to I definitely want to give you a chance to talk about your music and whatnot. But what have you been working on music-wise? I know you've been working with the AT Alien Workshop. I think I said that right. What else have you been doing in the studio?
Yeah, man. Actually, a couple things just dropped. AT Alien Workshop, We've Landed. That's on Dat Piff right now. It's on iTunes, the Amazon. It's on the Google Store, Google Play Store. Go download that for free ski. I got a verse on there with the song with Jeremy Benton. Then Nino Bless, the guy that signed me, man. He was on the original Slaughterhouse song. Motherfucker's an animal for one. You know what I'm saying? Like, he rhymes the way I do when I do my little, stutter step thing, I guess you want to call it. He rhymes like that all the time. Like, every single time he opens his mouth, he's spitting like that. He just had a project drop. It's called Rome 3. And, I'm all over that shit. I got like 3 verses on there. Well, like 4 verses on there. I got 4 hooks on there. And the folks have been going crazy over it, man. Like, it kind of feels like I dropped the project. That's on Dat Piff. Like, I'm still getting messages from that shit, man. All that just dropped within the week, so go check that out. And then my project is actually coming. My shit's going to be a little different, man. It's called Bad Good Guy. It's funny because I was going to call it Everybody Loves Ness, but, with the forums turning on me like how they did, I had to change the name on some, Bad Good Guy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how good you try to be, they usually gonna try to find a way to hate. So, I'm using it. I'm using it as part of my arsenal, man. But it's gonna be a ridiculous project, man. Real short, probably 9 songs, and yeah, I'm going in on this shit, man. It's my first project, my first official project since 2008, and I've gotten exponentially better since then. The rhymes is crazy. I can rhyme however the fuck I want to. None of you battle rap niggas can do that shit. I don't give a fuck what you say. And it's really about to go in, man. Really about to go in. And I'm producing this shit. I'm producing most of it. I'm doing the hooks on there. It's really, it's really going in, man. Bad Good Guy coming soon. Fontone Digital Records. You heard?
We definitely look forward to that. Let us know when that's going to drop and everything. We'll obviously promote it on the show, promote it on Twitter, do whatever kind of promotion we can.
Oh, man. Thanks, man. I really appreciate y'all boys, man.
Yeah, we try to help everybody out. Anything else, Ness, that you want to plug? Anybody you want to thank? Or PJ, got any final question?
I was about to say. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I checked some of the Nino Bless stuff, and that's I really the one about like Girl vs. the World, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Oh, man, appreciate that, man. Like, I didn't really expect much from it, man. That was just a real life situation that I was talking about with a young lady that I dated, a beautiful young lady, and a lot of women seem to relate to that shit, man. And I really appreciate that. I really wasn't expecting people to, receive it that well, but they did. So, it's a great warm up for my CD, man, and it's definitely coming, man. I gotta send shouts out to, everybody that supported. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I can't thank y'all enough. Shouts to ATL Workshop. Shouts to Cam Bada, the Visionary, Nino Bless, Jeremy Benton, Lord Tarsi. Yeah, fuck y'all that's listening. I know y'all looking at y'all phone like, huh? Yeah, shouts to Lord Tarsi. Shouts to PH. Shouts to everybody that looked out, man. Shouts to everybody, man. Real talk.
We appreciate it, Ness, and again, we're gonna reschedule this Eric Foreman battle, and we'll be in touch with you to let you know when that's gonna go down.
No doubt. Yeah, I also got a shout out to Eric Foreman too, man. He's a real good dude. I know I talked a lot of shit this joint, but he's a real good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make that happen, man.
Well, you're gonna be talking to you more shit when you spit 40 bars for him. Tailor made for you, Eric Foreman.
Tailor made, Eric. Tailor made, nigga.
Follow Ness on Twitter. It's at Ness Lee. Dude, we appreciate you coming on, and we'll look forward to talking to you in the future.
All right, no doubt, brother.